what should an agent's expectation be? You know, they hear you say something like 90% of the people that do pick up, remember,
Yes.
and I hear from talking to agents all the time, the thing, and it doesn't matter what leads you get, where you get them from, how they're generated, you'll have people that don't pick up, right?
Yeah.
That's mainly people's biggest complaint. But when they do pick up, at least from what our leads, I always hear people say, they know, they remember filling it out, right?
Yeah.
But then the next part, which I told you when we first met, is really uncontrollable on my end, is what happens after that initial, yes, I do figure that out, right? And I try not to be rude when I tell people, but that is on you at that point, right? For you to go out and be able to close the sale, because if they hang up or they don't have money, there's not so much I can do. But I want to ask you, what were your expectations going in is my first part of my question. And what are your expectations, or could you give to an agent that's getting into the program? What should their expectations be getting started with, like how many to close, pickup ratio, any numbers that you've kind of seen, or that even if it was kind of like a ballpark?
Absolutely. So when it comes to like the expectations I have, I always, especially when I'm starting something new, I always want to break even. As long as I can break even, I didn't win, nor did I lose. I broke even, right? If I spend 2,500 and I make 2,500, cool. I went straight back to zero, right? But the goal is, I always tell everyone, the goal is to double your money. It's always a doubles game, right? If I spend this amount of money, I want to make double that amount minimum. I want to double it. So that's my goal, was to double. So if I'm going to spend 2,500 on leads, I'm going to double it to make 5,000. That's what I want. So those are my expectations, bare minimum, and those are the expectations I set for others whenever they come on board. Now, of course, everyone has different ways of doing things, different skill levels, all this, and you could talk more about training the individual, etc. But even for me, there's always room to grow and room to learn. So if you're just saying like it's all the leads, and every time you switch from one lead vendor to the next, to the next, to the next, you're going to different lead vendors, but you're using the same tonality, the same script. So sometimes you just need to look inward. And sometimes and most of the time, it's really not the lead, it's you. Like, you just sound weird. And you got to kind of own up to that. You really do. So, but when it comes to this, the expectations are double your money. As long as you can double your money, you're in the green light. Obviously, if you can do more, perfect. I mean, right now, dude, I'm like, at least I'm 8x now today, I think 10x at this point, almost 10x. My goal is to try and do 10x, which is crazy. But dude, so I'm excited. So, to double it up.
Right. Okay. And then if you say, people ask me this, but I like for agents to explain, if you get 100 of these leads, how many should talk to? How many do you think you could close, just from your experience?
For me, I mean, right now, I'd say 10.
Okay.
Close to 10.
Okay.
For me, that's for me. If you're a brand new agent, not trying to boast myself, but I'm just so confident in what I'm saying and what I'm doing. When I talk to someone, I know they're going to buy from me. So I know that I'm going to sell 10 of those. But if you're a brand new agent, you're unconfident, I'd say bare minimum, shoot half, 5. You can close 5. You close 5, I mean, that's doubling your money, quote unquote. And obviously you generate more than 100 leads. So it's not like, you're not going to lose there. So.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's good to know. I got off the phone with somebody earlier and I told them 10, right around the same number too. So that's kind of what I always let people know.